Sometimes no prescription could fix. They say happiness is about journey and not the destination, but I beg to differ. I'm from the happiest nation, and this destination defines it. It's alive in us, survives in us, thrives in us, abides in us. Each beat puts a vibe in us, it can't hide in us. Our soul of calypso, and so the definition is love is.
But we're not only representing Trinidad and Tobago at Brave New Voices, we're the only Caribbean team at Brave New Voices, and that's been true. Yeah?
My name is Emmanuel, I'm here with the Roots Foundation. We're in partnership with Bananas, that's the National Library. Give an hour coverage to the one state.
Where I'm from, bodies job day and night while the police try to put up a fight to the different powers that be in my community. I mean, and here it's all love and unity, and if you're from the top, it's breathtaking. But if you're not from here, it might be on your last breath, so it's really breathtaking.
Hi, I always wanted to ask, how does it feel to be cancer? Yes, cancer, to make your mother sick, to be self-destruction to the earth, to be human, and use being human as an excuse to be a murderer.
This place is no fairy tale, not all harmony and rhyme. I come from a place where criminals...
So what you're seeing there on your screen is just a touch of what you're going to be seeing upcoming this month. The Roots Foundation Roots Poetry Slam with the theme I Have Something to Say is happening. And joining us this morning in studio is Emmanuel Villafana, Media Coordinator, and Isaiah John, Community Interventions Coordinator. And fun fact, you would have already seen them on your screen for the morning. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning. Thank you for having us.
It's a pleasure to have both of you on the screen. All right, so one of the first things we need to know is about the Roots Foundation. And to be fair, Emmanuel, we can see that you've been involved for a long time, given that clip. So give us a little bit of history behind the Roots Foundation.
Sure. So, I mean, the Roots stands for revival of our oral traditions. And we are an NGO that prides ourselves in creating safe spaces for youth to express themselves. Right, so that is the idea and the notion behind what we do at Roots. Right, as we said, it's a revival of the oral traditions. So we're exposing a lot of youth to the oral traditions, things like your peregrine, your midnight robber. And we've also taken the twist as spoken word has become so much more popular to also manipulate spoken word as well to bring about change, right? And we have two main cohorts. We have a vulnerable youth in at-risk circumstances, right? Because we tend to stray away from the term just at-risk youth because of the stereotype, right? And we have our older opportunity youth. And that might be people who aren't working or maybe not in school, but they want to bring about some positive change. So our job is to try and intervene on that level and show them they know that there are a lot of different opportunities to express themselves and, you know, to bring out the best version in themselves. So it's very strongly based on that youth advocacy at Roots Foundation.
You can see from the video that you have that community together. Everybody's powerful, everybody's ready to talk, but also that you've made an impact.
Absolutely.
Critical. So let's now come to you, Community Interventions Coordinator Isaiah. Again, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
How long have you been involved in Roots Foundation and how has it transformed?
Well, this year is 10 years. This year would make 10 years. Definitely, it transformed me because I would say home, it would always have easy ways to get into negativity. And I feel like Roots Foundation has always pulled me out of that space, that mindset, to just be more positive and express yourself, because as a youth who was in an at-risk circumstance, I had nowhere to express myself. I had nobody to go to or to talk to. So I turned to writing. And yeah, that was just it for me. From there, 2015, I got the opportunity to travel. And then, so when I came back home, I tell my brethren on them, I say, well, I know it have more than this four corners here. Like, it have a vast land out there that we didn't explore, and some of y'all will never see it because all they choose not to change. So yeah, definitely.
It's interesting that you use that word choice particularly because I'm sure that's something that really resonates through the entire Roots Foundation when it comes to making choices every day and even choosing what you're going to do, whether it's spoken word or perhaps learning to be a pero. But let's talk about I Have Something to Say. Before we get into the details with the auditioning, what made you decide I Have Something to Say would be the theme?
Okay, again, so as we were saying before, I mean, we pride ourselves in creating this safe space for youth to express themselves. And you could see that that title kind of focuses exactly on that narrative, right? Do you have something to say? This is the platform for it. And not only is it a platform, it's a safe platform to express yourself. And that is the whole driving force behind the entire Poetry Slam. Yes, it's a more competitive environment compared to our open mic events like Take the Stage, which we also have on a bi-monthly basis. But, you know, we decided we're going to create that platform for people who have things to say, people whose voice, you know, you want your voice to be heard, you know, so that is really the driving force behind the Roots Poetry Slam, and that's why we chose that title in particular. You have something to say, this is it for you.
Now, something you've mentioned is having that safe space. Do you still sometimes see hesitancy from people who are interested in participating when it comes to actually taking the stage and sharing how they feel?
Absolutely, absolutely, definitely. I mean, of course, you're going to have people who, you know, are a bit more shy, a bit more reserved. And again, that is what we pride ourselves in, trying to make you as comfortable as possible to feel that need or to feel comfortable enough to share. So I said one of our open mic events, Take the Stage, is another platform that we have where it's a bit, you know, less competitive, but it really is calling you. You, that person who is nervous, we want you. You, that person who has had something to say for a while but haven't been saying it, that's the platform for you, right? So that is what we're trying to get across to people. So yeah, definitely you'll get a lot of hesitancy, but from the time a lot of people, once they take the stage, they're fine. You know, they usually get into the groove and they're enjoying themselves as well too.
Yeah, there's no holding back after that. You look like one of those. That's why they're like, so online auditions are already open. When do they close, and who is this open to, Isaiah?
They open to the ages 16 to 25. I believe 16 to 25. It's closing on the 31st of this month. That's July, right? 31st of July. So we encourage you all to send in your auditions, your videos. And we hope to see success because we actually raised the age limit.
Okay.
So it was
15 to 25.
So it was 15 to 19 or 18 because we used to use the slam as a catalyst to go to Brave New Voices. But since we have found a lot of other opportunities, we started to realize that, hey, it has more youths who are interested. Like, it has some youths who, let me say that they don't get you in nationals, because that's a big thing. You know, National Poetry Slam is a big thing. You know, shout out First Citizens and Bookus and them all the time. But it's like the youths now, they have this platform, they have this slam that is for them. It's for them. It's not for the people who are cemented, or the legacy poets, as we would like to call them. It's for like the poets who now coming up, who think, and people, and I would say the youths are very lucky that I work with Roots Foundation, else I would have joined Islam this year. And, you know, but yeah, definitely. So that's why it's just about creating the space and the culture. We're doing this over 5 years now. So, and it continuously has been growing each and every year. It has been growing. So
Yeah, well, I mean, this is something that's so beautiful about it because you've mentioned the open mic, you have the Poetry Slam, you also have the Cascadoo CNVI Spoken Word Festival.
Sure.
What is that about?
Yeah, so Cascadoo is a lot of things, right? Outside of the fish.
Okay.
Cascadoo is a lot of things. Cascadoo, as stated, is a internationally recognized spoken word festival. Now, we started back in 2013, all right? I was there from 2014, so I missed the first year. I joined Roots in 2014. And it's basically a platform where typically we would have invited a lot of international spoken word poets to Trinidad and essentially they would be side by side with a lot of the local poets, and they would essentially participate in a series of workshops and spoken word open mics and shows and these kind of things, really just to get that melting pot of cultures kind of vibe going, and really where they can also come and share their story with the youth that we mentioned before, the vulnerable youth in the at-risk circumstances, the opportunity youth. So we go to different communities. We've been to YTRC, we've been to St. Jude's, we've been to places in Enterprise, in the Beta, all over the place. So we carry these people all over, and you know, we just have that kind of side by side, you know, talk and chat with them. This year, our theme is Sounds, and that stands for Stories of Unbreakable National Dreams. So we just have a nice kind of acronym going on. Every year we have something, and this year in particular, we're going to be featuring our calendar poets. The calendar poets is basically a body of poets who work with Roots Foundation. You know, they've been with us for a couple of years now, and we thought it was, you know, nice or fair to them as well. Instead of having the international poets kind of take charge of it, we're going to have a focus on our local talent. We feel like that's so important, right? So they're going to be kind of leading the workshops this year. It's from the 11th of August to the 17th of August. So it's about a month or 3 weeks, give or take, still to go. And preparing and planning for it, but we're really looking forward to seeing a lot of people. We're partnering with NALISA as well, so they're going to have some of the venues for a lot of the workshops too. So that's a huge deal, and we're looking forward to that.
And it sounds like it's going to be really, really exciting. Now, I know that there is sort of a correlation, if I'm not mistaken, between the Poetry Slam and also Cascadoo. So is it that those who participate in Poetry Slam are going to be able to go to Cascadoo?
Yeah, so usually what we try to do in terms of the timeline of the slam, we usually try to have the finals around Cascadoo. This year we're taking a slightly different approach, where it's going to fall a little after Cascadoo, because the auditions close the 31st, and then we have semis, which will be around September, and then from there we'll release the results. However, because we're so involved in creating that safe space for the youth to express themselves, once we take those auditions and we get those submissions in, we're going to be looking for people who are willing, you know, if you're willing to take the stage for Cascadoo, because it's going to be filled with a lot of open mic events as well. So if you are thinking of auditioning, or if you've already submitted your video, you may be on call. Definitely for Cascadoo.
Wonderful.
For sure.
Okay, so as you mentioned, the video submission, where can people submit their auditions and get more information about Roots?
Sure. So Roots Foundation 868 on Instagram, Roots Foundation TT on Facebook. All right. Once you go there, you will get the link. It's in our bio on IG. And that will send you to the registration form. So essentially, we take some general information, and then you're going to be prompted to upload your video submission. Isaiah, what was
for the youths and for the youths there, we do this QR code now, so you could scan the QR code, and I will send it directly to the link, and so the auditions, we just looking for 3 minute poems, 3 minute poems. Make sure it's portrait. Portrait. Or landscape?
Or landscape.
We prefer landscape.
Yeah,
landscape. Just for the
landscape. That's the medium one, so you know
landscape. The 3 minutes, as Isaiah said. Of course, even on our IG, there's a reel that is basically explaining what we're looking for in the video. So you could definitely check out Roots Foundation 868 on IG. But essentially, you know, you want your clean audio, clear background, nothing too distracting, so we could hear and understand what you're saying. And that's going to be judged by a panel of 5, mix of international and local judges as well. So
excellent.
So the judges would come from former Cascadoos. These are the artists that we would have brought to Trinidad, we would have worked with. So you might know Sully Breaks might see a poem, Amir Suleiman, Marshall Davis Jones. These are the names of the poets that we worked with. And I would say, like, come like mentors to us, because every time we get to meet them, they always teach us something new. They always taught us how to market, how to brand. And so, definitely, like, it would be a great experience for people who always feel like they're in the background. You can come forward. This is your time.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, Isaiah, Emmanuel. It's been a pleasure. I know you're going to be back on the show because we need to hear more about everything that's happening.
For sure.
So looking forward to it. Definitely. And stay tuned, because there's more coming up on the Now Morning Show after this break.